If you are an Initial D fan, or if you're familiar with old memes, then you would recognize this following scene. This was the scene in which an average teenager found his career in street drifting as an unbeatable downhill racer in Japan. This is also the scene in which we see one of his drifting styles that awed the audience, which is known as constant drifto, or inertia drift. Although this is an animated series in which anything is possible, and I mean anything, can a person do the same exact thing that the person Takumi did in real life physics? Believe it or not only is this possible, but inertia drifting is one of the most common and cost-efficient ways to drift through a corner. This is also called the Scandinavian flick, or feint drift. This technique is usually used when the car does not have enough power to drift through a corner with horsepower alone. Many people will do the Scandinavian flick by swinging wide before drifting into a corner, letting off the throttle, and then turning the car sharply into the corner before throttling again. The physics behind all this? Weight transfer. Also known as load transfer, it's the ability to transfer the weight from one side of the car to the other side. This idea of weight transfer takes advantage of momentum and inertia, allowing the car to slide perfectly into a corner. Since an object that is in motion stays in motion, and every object has an equal and opposite reaction due to Newton's laws, swinging wide before a corner makes the car shift its x-axis towards the outside of the swing, creating what is known as centrifugal force. The centripetal force, which is the opposite of the centrifugal force, is what causes the car to turn where it needs to go, along with the friction between the tires that allow the car to overcome the inertia and momentum from going in a straight line. After the shift has been created, this causes the car's center of gravity to change, making the side that is closest to the ground the most weight. Once this has been achieved, the person needs to lift off the throttle while turning into the desired corner in order to shift the quote-unquote weight towards the outside of the second corner, hence the name weight transfer or load transfer. Lifting off the throttle decreases the acceleration, which allows the car to readjust its center of gravity to the place in which balances the car on a flat surface. The immediate turning of the car after releasing the throttle causes the center of gravity to shift towards the outside of the second turn, and this is achieved with the help of momentum being carried throughout the car during this maneuver. The person would then need to throttle the car enough to break the traction between the rear wheels and the ground, which causes the car to drift through the desired corner if the person maintains the angle of the car that supports the drift. So, back to the clip that you just saw before. Is this possible? Yes, but however, it is the environment in which Takumi did the inertia drift was what made this so difficult. This is usually executed in a wide area in which the person can swing as far as they like and have enough room to dive into the corner without the potential to crash if the person made a mistake. However, due to the setting that took place in Mount Haruna or Mount Akina, the distance between the two curves was short and the road was narrow. Takumi, in this case, would not be able to swing wide and would have to rely on the wide right turn to shift the center of gravity towards the left side of the car, which is why his tires lost traction on the ground once he exited the first corner. If he did not conduct the drift correctly, he would either crash into a guardrail or possibly end up falling down the mountains, and that would end Initial D. So in conclusion, yes, you can do an inertia drift by applying physics into the movement, but for the sake of your safety, do this on a certified racetrack, not on the streets. Practice this in a legal setting and you will be on your way to master the inertia drift. If you want more of this type of content or you have any suggestions, please leave a like or comment in this video, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching.